back to this episode of Daddy Dutch BBQ on the Cooking Cop and Babes channel. Been asked by Josh and Bethany, help them out a little bit while they're going through some real life issues. Very honored to be able to help out however I can. We are doing a good fall food today. We are doing an elk chili. Me being in the Midwest, yes, chili has beans. This has nothing to do with beans, no beans. I make my chili differently. If it's a condiment for like topping a dog, or if it's a full meal, single chili, yes, it will have beans. So, I hope you all enjoy this video. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. Check out Josh and Babe for sure. Keep them in your prayers and in your thoughts. Let's start cooking. All right, let's take a look here real quick. Onions, multicolored bells, and our 2.5 pounds of elk meat that we are using in today's video. What I'm going to do is put this in a bag with some cornstarch, get it all coated up, and then we're going to sear it off in the Dutch oven. So what we did here, we took our cubed up elk, about 4 tablespoons of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of Uncle Steve's Shake Competition cow powder. Put it all together in the bag to coat the meat, and we're going to be getting ready to sear it off in the Dutch oven. And we have bacon grease melting down in the Dutch oven right now. Bacon does make everything better, kids, so bring it back when we add the meat to the Dutch oven. Our bacon grease is up to temp. Let's go ahead. You hear a little sizzle there. We're going to get all this elk meat in. Spread it out nice and even. Just like that. We're going to let this brown up. We're going to pull it out. We're going to reserve it. We're going to leave all the grease, everything in there. We'll add a little more bacon grease if we have to. Then we'll get ready to saute our vegetables, get them where we want them, add the meat back in. Then we're going to add our first dump of seasoning. Just wanted to show you guys this a little bit while it's starting to brown up and everything. It's going to leave them little crispy bits on the bottom of the pan, which is fine. We will deglaze later and get those up. So, bring it back when it's done. Our elk meat is nice and brown, ready to go. We're going to pull this off, put it on a plate. Maybe 2 plates, because there's a lot here. So, I'm going to finish getting this scooped out. And we're just going to set this elk meat aside for now and add a little more bacon grease and then saute our veggies. We're going to add our chopped onions and our multicolored bells to the pot here. We're going to start to sweat these just a little bit. Let me get them spread out here. Give me 1 second. In this bowl, dump number 1. We have our cumin, we have our black pepper, we have our spicier, we have paprika, we have smoked garlic powder, and chili powder. Now if you want to see how to do the smoked garlic powder, I do have a video for that over on my channel. So like we said earlier, this is a channel takeover for Josh and Babe. Therefore, the shirt you saw in the beginning, the Cooking Cop and Babe shirt. So, let's get this stirred up a little bit. Oh man, you can smell that chili powder and that paprika right, and cumin right off the bat. All right, we're going to let these soften a little bit. Like I said, at that point, add our elk meat back in, add our chili beans, our tomato sauce, 2 types of diced tomato, and some beef broth. So we'll bring you back at that point. About 7 minutes in, we're on a medium heat. We are going to add 1 can of beef broth first. This is going to help us deglaze the bottom of the pan. This is a 14.5 ounce can of broth. So let's get that goodness scraped off the bottom here. There we go. Feels pretty clean. All right, add back in our elk meat. If it'll come off the plate, that cornstarch makes it a little sticky, but that's okay. The cornstarch will help thicken all the liquids that are going in here. And if it gets a little too thick, you can add more beef broth, or if you prefer, a little water. All right. Now this is a Midwest chili, so yes, it is going to have beans. This is not a beans versus no beans video. This is the way we make it in the Midwest. So we have a 15 ounce can of tomato sauce. We're going to get that dumped in there. Now, like I said, we have 2 types of diced tomatoes. This one is roasted garlic and onion diced tomatoes, and a regular one, and these are both 14.5 ounce cans. Two cans of chili beans. So if you think about it, these are 15 ounce cans. That's not a lot compared to the 2.5 pounds of elk meat we have in here. So we're going to get this all stirred up. And the phone's ringing. I'll call him back. All right, time for dump number 2. And this is just what we use. You know, the Uncle Steve's spicier is going to help give it a nice mild heat. It's not going to kill you heat. So, God, that phone rings forever, doesn't it, kids? There we go. You can use whatever combination you want in the dump. So, you know, do it your way. All right, we are going to get this mixed up good. We are going to bring it to a boil. And after that, we're going to turn down the heat. We're going to put the lid on. And we're going to let this simmer for minimum an hour, maybe 2, on very low heat. Just to let everything get happy and marry together. I didn't add any salt earlier. This is just coming to a boil now, guys, with the stock and everything else going in there. And one thing I did forget to show you was a couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce. But I did taste this, and it does need just a little salt. So we are going to give this a couple, 3 pinches of salt. Nothing too crazy. You can always add more. We're going to get stirred in. We're at a nice low boil right now. So we're going to let this go for a couple minutes, boiling like this. Like I said, we're going to turn it on low, put the lid on, and let it get happy. It's been about 20-25 minutes. Let's take a look, see what we got in here. Oh yeah, starting to look really good. Everything's nice, steamy, you know. We want a nice long slow cook on this, let all them flavors marry. So So we're going to come back every 20 to 30 minutes to stir this. And we will probably go for sure a couple hours on this. This is for supper, actually, for the family tonight. So we'll give you a couple more picks, bring it back. We're going to plate it up, try and make it look pretty for a thumbnail, and we'll go from there. I've seen a lot of people that put beer in their chili, and that's fine. That's fine. If that's the way you like it, perfect. I'm going to do mine a little different. We need a little something something in this. So we're going to add us a couple shots of Crown Royal. I know Josh will appreciate that. So let's get that stirred in, get the lid back on. This is about that's a little over an hour here, gang. So we're gonna let that marry in with the rest of the flavors. After 3 hours of simmering, what I like to do is I'll take my mixing spoon, and when it stays on, some beans, some of the peppers are clinging to the back of the spoon. That is the consistency I want in my chili. Let's get this plated up. We'll give you a picture. Tell me what you think, okay? Here we go. One nice cup of chili. Now, I like to put a little dollop of sour cream on mine. And a little bit of Colby Jack cheese. Let that melt in. And to top it for a little color, just a little bit of green onion. There you go, guys. One pot elk chili, something warm and hearty in the cooler fall and winter months. Hope you all enjoyed this. You all take care, and we'll see you next time.